Hello everybody, this is Yanko Fong again. A few days ago, I made a video about tethering onto my iPad using Capture One on iPad. And I like it a lot. I'm starting to incorporate that into my workflow. But then, within that video, a lot of people are asking about the cable that I used. And for people who are in Hong Kong, they asked about it, they brought the cable already, and some of them gathered up and came to me and say, hey, can we do a group buy? And we did that. And that's why I have a lot of this cable in my studio now. And for people who are overseas, here it is the brand name and the box of the cable. The brand name is FIBBR, F-I-B-B-R. You should have no problem finding this cable on Amazon. It should be around $50 US each, okay? And I like them a lot. To be honest with you, if you know me, I shoot tether 99.9% of my commercial shoots, okay? Because I want to see the photo in full resolution, check for all the details with my clients, and that's why we shoot tether. But of course, we know that a lot of people out there, they don't shoot tether. But funny enough, originally, this cable was not decided for tethering, okay? If you look at the back of the box, you will see that there is a 3D goggle. Originally, this cable was decided for 3D goggles because, you know, if you're using a 3D goggle, people want to be free, okay? They want a longer cable or they want to run wirelessly. But if you run wirelessly, the image quality is not as good. There will be a delay, things, blah, blah, blah. And eventually, they came up with a good cable. So that's why they created this cable. I think they have created this cable for a few years already, but nobody started using it for tethering. And recently, this brand was introduced to me a few months back then. And I gave it a try, and it's fantastic. That's why I'm talking to you today. Now, through all these years, I've been using a lot of cables for tethering. And I grabbed a few of them just to demonstrate. This is a tether tool, USB-C to USB-C cable, which is a specific version for phase one. As you can see that, the plug is a bit different because this plug is actually decided so that it fits right into my phase one, okay? This is the USB-C to USB-C version. And then I have two other optical fiber cable, which is USB-A to USB-A, produced by Connings. They are really good because they run really long. These two are 10 meters long. If you have the right cable and you connect them correctly, you can run really long distance. That's why we love optical fiber, because normal USB-C cables are limited by its physical limitation. You can only run, I don't know, 3-4 meters normally. For tether tools, what they are producing is 4.5 meters. That is the limitation, okay? But then, I also have some other USB-C to USB-C, USB-C to USB-A extension, USB-C to USB-C extension. So, in case I need to rig my camera in a very difficult situation, I can rig it on the ceiling, run a very long cable, and the computer is in the corner of the room, I can still shoot tether. But now, we have this. For these fiber cables, I've been using them for a few months now, and they are all really good. If I try to compare that with the fiber cable that I have from Connings, as you can see that the fiber cable from Connings are a lot thinner. I think there are a few reasons. First of all, they don't run power on these cables, okay? And with the new fiber cable, which I'm using now, actually it is 60 watt PD, meaning that it could provide 60 watt of power to your camera. Well, you know that I'm using phase one cameras, and they are energy beasts, okay? It eats energy. If you are not charging it while you're using it, you might need to replace your battery every hour, let's say, okay? But while I'm running with this cable, this is not only letting my camera send all the data, all the files, or the raw files back to my computer, but also that it is letting my computer providing power over the cable, charging my phase 1 camera. Of course, there are not a lot of cameras out there which you need to charge them at the same time, but in case you need one, this cable can be used to charge your camera. Let's say you are out there in the field, let's say you are in the snow, you're shooting tethered, the camera is rigged somewhere, you cover it up, and then you're running this cable back into your tent with your power bank, because you want to keep the power bank inside so that temperature is a little bit higher, so that the power bank could run a little bit longer. So that's why you might want to do that. So a cable with this quality, with this length, is actually really useful in a lot of situations, not only when you are tethering. So that's why we are talking about this cable. Now, if you look at it, it's a normal cable to anybody, but it's actually an optical fiber cable. Before this technology was introduced to layman usages, a lot of people are afraid that the optical fibers would be broken easily. Okay, actually it is not. If you look at the side of the box, you can see that it is showcasing that you have no problem tightening a knot on it. And actually, if you go online and look at their website, they do demonstration of how they bend their cables like this, and it is still good to go, okay? This is actually my own cable. I'm using it day in and day out, and I have no problem bending it, okay? I know that it would work. Now, if you try to compare that to the tether tool cable, you'll see that it is a lot stiffer, okay? Okay, but if you look at the cable that we are using here, it is a lot softer. I think it would be beneficial, particularly if you're running it in really difficult situations. The cables are more flexible, okay? And it is actually longer because it is 5 meters. This one is only 4.5 meters. And I don't know if I can show you or not, but actually, I have a prototype of 10 meters, meaning that they are going to release a version which is 10 meters long. They are sending it to me because they want me to run a test on it to make sure that it is stable. And I think 10 meters is actually a very good length in my daily work, so that I can get away from the computer when I need to, okay? 10 meters long. And this one is what you are seeing on the street if you could buy one. It is a 5 meter long version. Not all of you are shooting tether, that I know, but if you are shooting tether, I would really recommend this cable. I'm not saying that I don't like tether tools. I've been using them for a very long time, like 15, 20 years, or almost 20 years, and they are good. And within the past 20 years, I guess I have maybe around 50 of their cables. And within these 50 cables, I guess around 10 of them died eventually. And most of them died, if they are dead now, most of them died within the first 6 months of usage. And if they get past the first 6 months, they are good, okay? They are still working in my studio now. So that's why I have plenty of these cables, no matter if it is USB-A, USB-C, whatever. But the optical fiber cable that we are using here, I've been using it for a few months. I have at least 3, 4 of them now, and they are all working perfectly, really stable with no problem at all. So if you are a photographer shooting tether, I suggest you to take a look at this brand. Like I said just now, it is about $50 each. Actually, it is a little bit cheaper than the tether tool cables. So if you want to give it a try, go just get one from Amazon, give it a try. Let me know if it works for you or not. And I think the brand would be very happy too, knowing that more people are using their cables. So here you go, FIBBR optical cable.